What's up, everybody? So today, we're going to learn from the man, the myth, the legend, Ludwig, on how to become a good streamer. And a major one at that. All right, everybody.
So I tweeted out, like this tweet if you want to become a big streamer. And I tweeted this for two reasons. One, I wanted Twitter likes. Please follow me on Twitter, for the love of God. I don't have enough followers and I need more because bigger number equal better person. I'm only okay person. I want to be great person. Great person, 1 million, 1 million, big person, better person. And also, I was genuinely curious how many people want the job of a streamer. I remember Mr. Beast tweeted something similar maybe a few months ago about being a YouTuber, and it had hundreds of thousands of likes. I think people like the idea of being a streamer or YouTuber or content creator really in any fashion because, well, let's just be frank, it allows you to play video games for a living, make your own hours, and potentially make buku bucks. And so, I thought it would be helpful if I imparted some of my knowledge to Twitch chat and to YouTube on how to make it as a streamer. At least as far as I know. I'm not the end-all authority on this. I really don't believe that I am. But I think that I've never really seen a big streamer talk about it. Either because they don't want to, or most likely because they're just lazy and can play video games and get more viewers anyway than making a 20-slide PowerPoint presentation that probably took them a few hours and they misspelled a lot, and don't make fun of them for doing that. So that's what I did. And we're gonna take a look at it here today. All the knowledge I have rolled up into one PowerPoint presentation, and the PowerPoint presentation is called How to Make It Big as a Streamer. That is the entire goal of all this, is making it big as a streamer. You know, because it's not that fun to stream and not have viewers or not make money from it. So I get it. I get it. A lot of people want this job, and this is the start. Why listen to me? That's a fair question. Well, I'll tell you why. Growth. I'm now the 42nd biggest streamer on Twitch.tv. Not flexing, just stating facts. This is my chart line from Q1 of 2019 up until December of last year. And let me tell you, January, even better. Now, hey, I'm not the biggest, I'm not the brightest, I'm not the first, and I won't be the last.
Hopefully he's not the last.
But I'm just a guy telling you what I've learned in my 2.5 years, almost 3, of being a streamer. So stick around. You might learn something.
He's only been doing it for like 3 years.
Subscribe. Hey, it only takes a few seconds. You know, sometimes the YouTube algorithm will unsubscribe you. Maybe
How old is this video?
Turn it from red to gray. I'd appreciate it. And let's get on with the show.
Ah, 2 years ago. So he's been doing it for about 5 years.
Important part. Do you want to be a streamer? That's it. That's how it starts. This is it. Now, maybe on the surface level, you'll be thinking, well, yeah, I want to be a streamer. Are you kidding me? I play video game, make millions of dollars, work on own hours? What? Yes, I want to be streamer. Well, think about it a little bit deeper. Don't just think, do you want? Think, why do you want? What do you want out of it? Let's just do a quick poll in chat. How many people want to be streamers? So it's like most people in this chat like the idea of being a streamer. All right,
yeah.
Every single person who said yes, whether you said it to yourself or you voted, whatever it is, you need to do this right now. Write this down. This is not a joke. I'm being very serious. I want you to write this down. I know it's a bit corny. All right, try to do it on pen and paper. If you don't have it, you can do it on your phone notes and take a screenshot. But really, actually do this. Write this down. 3 things. First of all, if you want to be a streamer, when are you going to start? Set a hard start date when you're actually going to start. If you've already started, maybe this is a date that you...
I am gonna go write this down. I'm gonna go grab a pen and paper. Let's see. Why is there a brown? I know where I have it. Come in. All right. So, start date. What is today's fucking date? March 27th. All right. First year goals. I want to at least... So first year. So first year goals. Let's see. I'd like to become... At least get a check. From... What's another one? Gain a bit of a following. Gain over 100 followers / subscribers. All right, and then I want to emulate. Okay. So the first one I want to emulate is, he's my favorite streamer of all time. God rest his soul, is Etika. Etika was my fucking boy. And when he passed away, I was lost for a while. Second, I want to emulate Ludwig. Ludwig, good all-around streamer. You can never go wrong with his content. It's like junk food. You can eat it all the time and consume it whenever you're bored. Second streamer I want to emulate. He's not really a streamer. He's more of a content creator, but he does a lot of streams. It's Shofu. So Shofu is solid. You know, Shofu does a lot of solid content. So that's something I want to do. And then next, I could do. That's three. One of my early ones, Kobaner Mighty 456. He never streamed when Twitch was. He was around on OG YouTube. So Kobe 456, and then who's another one I really like? You know, I really don't. It's interesting to see. You know, nonetheless, who I really want to emulate is not on a sheer mass, but followers base. I don't want to create the same content. I'd love to help people out, but Mr. Beast is a solid one to emulate. All right. So I got mine.
You're going to start your YouTube or start a new series or whatever it is. Just write some date where you're going to start achieving something you've been saying you're going to do. Number 2, write your goals for 1 year out. This can be for the start of 2022, maybe one exact year, maybe a few months. Doesn't really matter. All you need to do is have a set period of time and goals you would like to achieve by the end of that set period of time. Now, look, this is not your end goals. If you want to be the biggest streamer in the world, you don't have to write, I want to be the biggest streamer in the world by 2022. It's not really realistic. But
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can write goals on the way to your final goal. And it's okay if you don't have everything figured out. At least write something down that you would like to do. And hey, this doesn't have to be numbers. Like, streaming doesn't necessarily imply you need to be a big streamer. Maybe your goal is just to make a community that you really like being a part of. Maybe it's just to record all of your Rocket League gameplay, in which case it's very easy to achieve your goals. Success isn't based on how big of a streamer you are. It's based off the goals you set and your ability to achieve them in a certain time frame. All right, that's what I think, at least. That's how I've done things, and that's what I'm telling you to do. It's my advice to you. And then the final thing to write down, 3 to 5 creators you want to emulate. Not necessarily that you like, because maybe you like Shroud, but you don't frag like Shroud frags. So write someone that you like that you think you could emulate. Here's an example of mine. I've done this. I know I'm being a bit corny, but this really happened. I did this in 2018. I wrote down all my goals. I didn't actually just do it for stream. I did it at New Year's. I did it for many different things in life, but these are my stream ones. I wanted to hit 2,000 subs, 100,000 followers, 1 million unique viewers. I wanted to be punctual, and I wanted to go full time. And I went 4 for 5. 4 for 5 is pretty good. That is pretty good. 4 for 5. We'll take 80%. That's a B.
He's not punctual. He was never fucking punctual.
Still pretty close. Still pretty close. At the end of the day, I was able to set goals and then hit them. I hit these goals by the end of 2018. And then I was able to keep going. Part of the reason you do this is because, hey, it's very obvious that streaming's not for everyone. It's also obvious that it's better to take a shot on something than to never try it and regret that. But how do you know how long to do it?
It'd be interesting.
Well, this does that all for you.
Let's see.
You write down your goals and you set a time frame to hit the goals in. Then at the end of the period, right, at the end of next year, 2022, you can reflect. You can be like, hey, I went 0 for 5. My goal was to hit 100 average viewers, and I'm at 15. Maybe I am not cut out for being a big streamer. And that's an honest conversation you can have with yourself, but only if you do the work now to set goals, to set a time frame, to understand it, rather than just kind of 9 to 5 grind. I just go live. I'm just doing my thing. I've been doing this since 2018. That's all shit. All right? At least set yourself some sort of time frame so you have some sort of growth and progression that you can accurately and objectively look back on. I've also put the 5 streamers that I liked and thought I could emulate. CD in the third, I think he was one of the best streamers, still is, in terms of integrating music. If you've ever thought, like, damn, Ludwig uses music well on stream, that's because CD in the third. Nick Merckx.
Fairly interesting.
He's great with his community, and he added stakes to every single Fortnite game. He taught me a bit about stakes. He taught me a lot about community. Soda, I've always thought was like the GOAT streamer. I thought he was like the best streamer. I know nowadays he just does whatever the fuck he wants, but I thought through and through, in terms of like, if you were to look at any streamer, I still think Soda Poppin' probably the GOAT. Clint, I thought his YouTube was some of the best shit. He was able to turn just random streams into really good YouTube videos, and he was very personable. But, you know, obviously I can't emulate Clint to a T. He has this ability that every single fucking human on earth just loves Clint Stevens no matter what. I don't have that. You can think I have that. I promise you I don't have that. And then finally, Mango, a man who has maybe 1,000 viewers, 2,000 viewers, but 10,000 subs. If you sub to him, unsub, and then resub 3 months later, this is true, Mango will remember, and he'll call it out. He'll be like, oh, Pirate Oliver, hey, you're a resub, aren't you? You used to sub like 3 months ago. And so his ability to remember made people, and he has this superpower, I truly believe, to make people feel so included, which sometimes involves making people feel very excluded so that everyone else feels included, but that's besides the point.
Fairly interesting, yeah.
That's my 5.
Okay. Yeah, I already wrote all this shit down. Let's skip ahead. The creator I wrote down arms. Yeah, so the main people I actually wrote down for emulation was Etika, Ludwig, Shofu, Kobanemine456, and Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast had excellent growth. I really want to emulate that. I'd love to emulate how he captured such a good audience, such a huge audience, and yeah, that's pretty much everyone.
If you didn't write anything down, but you want to be a streamer, this is the #1 best thing you can do. The absolute only lesson to take away from today if you want to make it big on Twitch.
Quit being lazy.
Quit. Fucking quit right now. That is my advice to you. Yeah. If you didn't even take
Well,
1
past
to
that
2
round.
minutes to write something down from a man who is a top 100 streamer who knows a thing or two, then I promise you, you will not make it through 0-1 viewer streams for 5-6 hours at a time. It's gonna be miserable. You're gonna hate it. It's not gonna be fun, and you're not gonna achieve your goals if you didn't even write them down in the first place.
He's right.
And this is not trying to be mean, but let's just take a
He's
guess.
right. You
Chat,
gotta
I
take
want you
that
to
headstrong
guess
mentality
right now.
against it.
Tell me the number of people who streamed last month. 50,000. Sure. 650,000. Wow. 5 million. Okay. Sure. Big range. It is 6.9
Nice.
million. 6.9 million unique streamers every month. Streaming is not as it was in 2013. It is very well known, it is very mainstream, and it is very competitive. If you wanted to become the best employee at Walmart, the largest company in the world in terms of numbers of employees, you'd have to beat out 2.2 million people. That's just the numbers. That's just the facts. You'd have to be a better bagger. You'd have to be a better stalker. You'd have to be better at accounting than 2.2 million Walmart employees. Then you'd be the best in the world. It is 3 times harder to do that on Twitch. And look, I know that some of these streams might be once and whatever, but at least you can try to gauge the numbers. Just for even more reference, there are 45,400 partners. Those are people who I would say have made it. And made it is loose because to be a partner, to apply, you only need 75 average viewers, which you know, it's a good amount.
That's kind of low.
There's weird things that they do that they accept and don't accept, but at the end of the day, 0.66% of people make it here on Twitch. And so I had 20,000 people like my tweet on Twitter. And so mathematically, about 120, 150 people will make it. The other 21,000 XXX, peace. GG. It's
they don't want to try.
It is just a numbers game. And look, don't let that be too daunting to you because there are some pros. First of all, you make your own hours when you stream.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. That's really hype. You're your own boss. This, just for some reference, is how many hours I work. It's not insane. It's not as many as someone who's like a doctor or whatever, but I streamed this many hours, November, December, January, past 3 months. And I spend about 25 hours a month on YouTube. That's one, making thumbnails and titles, but mostly actually just looking at what works and trying to re-emulate that success. And then like 20 hours on business, whether it's like calls for sponsors or like when I do a stream on chess.com or whatever it is.
All right, fools. So that's kind of what we have to do.
Plus hours a month. And then there's also
those aren't bad hours.
You know what I mean? Like, I have to have my phone and my Twitter notifications ready in case something big happens. Whether Corpse tweeted at me or they need an Among Us player. You know what I mean? Like, I just have to be available. I can never necessarily be off. But
That's true.
About 200 plus hours a month. You don't have to be available. Sure, I don't necessarily have to, but I would lose out on growth if I'm not. And I think that part of the reason I'm successful is because I am available. And you'll see people like Carl Jacobs, who's blown up. Doesn't matter if you like him or hate him. Carl Jacobs is blown up on Twitter and Twitch and every platform. And Carl has post notifications for every big YouTuber. So if they tweet, He sees it, he replies. People see him in the replies all the time. You'll see Carl on your timeline. I guarantee it.
That is very
It's
smart.
because Carl is never off. He's always on. Yeah, maybe that's only an hour of Carl's day that he's on Twitter, but it's also an hour, 5 minutes from 9 till 9. You know what I mean? This is something to keep in mind. But you can make a lot of money. And this is how much streamers make. This is rough. I don't think we're allowed to say specific numbers. It goes against a contract. But roughly, if you average 100 viewers, I think you can expect to make about $1,500 on stream. Honestly, if you're a smaller streamer, the amount of money you will make will be higher because people like supporting smaller streamers, so you'll have more whales. It's kind of like a bell curve where people really like giving money to smaller streamers, and then middling streamers like 1,000 to 5,000, not so much, and then big streamers, they go back to being whales and stuff. But this is per month. This is monthly. I would say you make about 2,000 a month if you average 100 viewers. If you ever average 1,000, then you start making pretty good money. Honestly, I put negative here. I think you'd be losing money on YouTube at this point. You probably wouldn't be getting enough views, and then you're paying your editor. Please pay your editors, by the way. Okay? I don't care how much you love Bernie Sanders. You gotta pay him. No offense. So you gotta pay your editors, so you're probably losing money on YouTube. We'll get into that in a bit. You should still be doing YouTube. If you start getting to like 1,000 viewers, then you start making pretty good money.
Yeah.
And bear in mind, this is before tax, and you'd be taxed a little bit more than a normal job as a contractor. But regardless, you still make pretty good money, and you have the upside to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now, this 10,000 viewer number is obviously varies wildly, but I even looked at a streamer like Tens. That's actually where I pulled this. Tens, he has like 5,000 subs. He has a contract with an esports org. He has a thriving YouTube channel. Like, he is making a lot of money. There's definitely the ability to be a millionaire if you make it to the top. I will say, and this is important, let me switch over for just a moment. If you're wondering, because we talked about making it is 0.66%, let's just talk about making to that 10,000 viewer mark. You might be thinking and seeing millions in the eyes, which is great. I mean, sure, dream big, think big, whatever. But let's talk about Stans. I do a lot of streams with Stans. Stans averaged 400 viewers this past month. Stans has about...
It's getting late,
subs.
boys.
Stans is the top 0.06% of Twitch. Think about that.
What's up, chatters?
You don't think of Stans as a big streamer, but in reality, he is top 5,000 of 6.9 million.
Wow.
This is truly impressive if you get here. Truly. And I mean that. That is a big deal. And it is very hard to do. But this is more realistically your upside when you start streaming rather than a channel like
Excuse me,
mine
guys.
or a channel like XQC's. I know I told you to write down your goals and dream big, but also just understand the math and the numbers.
Yeah.
Stans is a top
It takes a lot.
0.06%. He's the top like 10% of the top 0.6%. And that's all the partners. So
I don't see the hype
keep
behind
in mind,
Valorant.
top 10% of all partner streamers, and that is a realistic goal to have. You should at this point have found out whether if you wrote things down, you are even cut out for step 2 or not. But if you did write things down and you did actually do what I told you to do, anyone can take advice from the second part. How do you stream? You already figured out that you do want to be a streamer.
Streaming right now, right?
What your goals are as a streamer. How do you do it? How do you stream? Well, this is my one advice, my biggest advice. Streams are recordings. That's what it is in 2021. That is the best way you can think about a Twitch stream. Why? Well, let's think about a YouTube video. YouTube videos have some pros that normal streams, conventional streams don't. YouTube videos have built-in growth mechanics, all right? The algorithm. A YouTube video can pop off. A stream can't really pop off, you know? Like, you can go live and I, tomorrow, can buy a first edition booster box from Pokemon that cost me $400,000. And I can go live on a brand new channel and no one will see it. Literally no one. Because there's no way for you to know that that is happening and nobody is digging through the 5,000 zero viewer Andes, one viewer Andes on the just chatting section.
Yeah.
So that's why Twitch fails in that aspect. YouTube doesn't. Also,
He's not
YouTube
wrong.
is permanent. You upload a VOD on YouTube, a video, it stays there. Twitch, it's live, and then the VODs are up for 60 days, and then they get deleted. And let's be real, even if they didn't get deleted, nobody goes through to find VODs. Not really. It doesn't really happen. It's just a fact that VODs are absolutely terrible on Twitch, and I don't see that changing. And so the permanence of a YouTube video means that even if it doesn't do well in the first month, maybe a month or two from now, you'll be able to look back and be like, oh, this video actually did well. You can't really do that with streams. For example, I did a stream the other day, I did the higher lower stream, and it did okay. I had an okay number of viewers on Twitch. I had like 22K, but it didn't do that great. But my YouTube video has right now 560,000 views, which is 100,000 above average. The fact that it's permanent on YouTube lets me see that. If I only had Twitch, I would be like, oh, if I play higher or lower on stream, it's only okay content. No, it's better than okay. It's just that people didn't know it was happening or weren't live to watch or busy, whatever. It's harder to get viewers on Twitch in the moment, and it's bad to gauge success off of your live viewer count.
Twitch has
They
updated
can
their
be influenced by so
their
many
system for
variables and be so,
what's it called?
so Dogecoin-esque, if I can. Next.
what the fuck is it called? Oh, their algorithm. Twitch has updated their algorithm as of late. I think it's gotten a lot better. I mean, I remember there were some days in college when I would stream about 2 years ago when I would get like 1 viewer, but now I've been like constantly having at least 4 people come in, so it's not as bad. But granted, I do suck at streaming, so.
Structured format is better content. This is general advice, but generally, YouTube videos are structured. I think we kind of know that.
Yeah.
We know how a YouTube video generally goes. Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back here with another. You know the vibe. Twitch streams don't have structure inherently built in, which usually makes them a bit worse. Structure just allows you to have a very concise beginning, middle, end. And
Yeah.
a very concise beginning, middle, end is usually better than just a hodgepodge of whatever the hell you're doing while live. And then finally, every YouTube video is a lottery ticket. Like I said earlier, if you upload a YouTube video, it has a chance to pop off. It really does. If you go live, you're never really gonna have that chance to blow up off of a stream.
That's true.
The only people I can think of that blew up off of a stream either were like collabing with somebody really big or came from a platform with a lot of viewers. Nobody just blew up out of nowhere overnight on Twitch. YouTube can happen overnight. I mean,
Yeah.
literally overnight, you can blow up. And you've seen that time and time again. Dream literally was like a 10K Andy on YouTube at the start of 2020. He's doing pretty well. That would not happen if he only streamed. Admittedly, this whole thing was about how to stream, and we've only talked about YouTube videos. That's because
I am
it's
double
time
dipping.
to start formatting your streams around your YouTube videos. So you have to stream for YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, when I go live, I'll have
So-
segments, and that's how I think of it. I'll have segments for YouTube.
Okay.
And I'll stream those segments, and then I'll have like filler time in between, and then I'll have some things that aren't for YouTube. And that's fine, but you need to have
Interesting.
some segments. Very roughly, they work like this. They'll have a introduction, an introduction to the idea, to what the segment is while you're streaming. I'm gonna give you an example of a YouTuber doing this because I think that this is probably the single best YouTuber, and they get a credit for a lot of other things, but they don't get a lot of credit for this at introductions. And that's of course Mr. Beast.
Yep.
Mr. Beast, I think, is the best YouTuber at
Exactly.
doing introductions. And even though we're talking about streaming, I take away, and you also can take away,
Yep, from-
how to do these intros on Twitch. Let's just take a look at this.
All right.
In this video, we are going to be eating $100,000 golden ice cream,
It's a little meta right now.
This is so good.
$5,000 mac and cheese,
This mac and cheese is magnificent.
$30,000 banana Foster,
Ooh, that's incredible.
and so much more, starting off with $100 ice cream and working our way up.
That was 19 seconds top to bottom, and what did the introduction do? Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. It introduced the idea, the concept, what they're doing in the stream, all right? So
Yeah.
explained it if you're going to be watching what's happening. 2, it introduced stakes. Stakes are an integral idea into every stream. You need
Yeah.
stakes
I guess
in whatever
the
you
stakes
do.
are pretty
It
much
just
if
makes
the
it
food
better.
is good or not.
Stakes can be very small. It doesn't have to be the amount of money. That's the stakes for this one. All right. So the idea is we're going to be eating expensive foods. The stakes are that every food will increase in price. And then it also says how this will end. How does this whole journey come to a close? Well, it comes to a close when we eat $100,000 ice cream. That is how it closes. So then
Dessert.
the video, you can expect that they'll start eating
Yeah.
foods, the stakes increase.
I didn't think
all
it was
there's
this
more and more
complicated, you know?
expensive things. It ends when they eat that ice cream. That's the entire thing. You can do the same thing on Twitch, and we do it all the time here on this channel. For example, we just did unbanned form speedruns. Okay, introduce the idea. We're doing unbanned forms, but we're speedrunning it.
That's
Okay,
interesting.
that's the concept. What are the stakes? Well, the stakes are we want a good time. We want to try to get world record. This costs no money, but those are the stakes, trying to get a good time. When do we get to the conclusion? When we beat the time and get the world record. Very simple, all right? And the meat and potatoes are me just doing the runs. Introduction says everything that's going to happen. Conclusion is when I finally got the world record. Very easy, very straightforward. You don't necessarily need money, but you can create streams in segments that have all three of these aspects. And when you stream for YouTube, the beautiful thing about it is your stream is better, but also you get a YouTube video that is very easy to edit. You can just edit down because everything's built in. And you get to trim out all the fat until you have just this beautiful lean YouTube video that is 20 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever.
That's so interesting.
Of the 30-minute hour recording. So it's just a win-win-win. There's no losing here. And don't get me wrong, it is still fine to go live and do regular streams. I actually had a problem when I first started streaming where I would only do segments. I was like, if it's not a segment, it does worse on viewership. There's no point. I just need to do segments. Well, you can do both. And I've learned that. That's something I had to learn, and I had to deal with things like numbers going down and viewership being bad, and that's something that takes a bit of time. It's like a personal journey. You just have to one day get over it. There's nothing I can tell you. You just have to one day get over it. But I've learned that I can do segments, plan out segments, and then do like I'll call it filler content. Think of XQC streams. Most of his content is like, it's not really formed around YouTube videos. It's mostly just filler content. And it's not bad. I'm not saying it's a bad way to stream.
Yeah, no.
It's kind of fun in a way because he's always like thing to thing to thing. There's no dead air. It's like chess, bang, done chess, react, bang, react, done react, bang, we're playing Super Mario now, bang, done that, Valorant time. And none of these are really gonna be like really phenomenal YouTube videos. He streams like old streamers used to stream. I just don't think that'll work for people anymore because it's not 2013. The competition's too fierce. Your stream's probably not going to get found. You're probably not better than the good gamers at games. Probably not funnier than the funniest people at being funny. And even if you are, you have to be...
Hold on.
Where are we going? Are you streaming?
Yeah, I am streaming.
Oh. I couldn't see your streams anymore.
Why? Oh yeah, my game crashed. Come on, bud. Sorry, guys. I had to disappear for a moment. Let's continue.
As funny as Moon Moon, you have to be funnier than Moon Moon to get found because people already know who Moon Moon is. So rather than stream
Who the
like
fuck
this
is Moon Moon?
streams, stream for YouTube. And you can do both, but just remember to include segments. Just promise me you will not do the grinding, hustling, 9 to 5, putting in my 8 hours. Because that is all bullshit and a waste of your fucking time. You are literally doing nothing. It is not just going live that matters. It doesn't. Next, this is just one quick example. Which is a better video? Example of 2 streams. Now, no shots. Blastoise actually had more viewers here. This is Blastoise's stream, ranked Valorant with friends. And then Stans is ranking favorite avatar clips. Okay, which one probably transfers to a YouTube video better? Now we can ignore factors like copyright for now, just for this example. I just screenshotted 2 random streams I saw yesterday when I was making this slideshow. I think you guys would probably agree that Stans makes a very natural YouTube video. Blastoise is just kind of like a Valorant highlight for a guy who is okay at Valorant. And it's a great stream, maybe he's having fun, but this will not help you grow. We can admit that. He probably won't grow unless he suddenly becomes Radiant or has a lot of knowledge or is a really funny player in Valorant that is missing. Realistically, Stans' stream will have a video that will help him grow more.
Okay,
it's
too much.
also important to form ideas.
Excuse me.
And this is an interesting concept. Form ideas around titles. So if you have the title of what you're gonna do, you can form the idea around it. And that's kind of like all of Small Ant's channel. So I think Small Ant is a really excellent streamer and YouTuber. But let's just take a look at his YouTube channel for a moment. All of these are just really interesting and engaging titles. I turn the floor in Mario Odyssey to lava. Pokemon Ruby, but all opponents have Wonder Guard. A Breath of the Wild YouTuber thought he was better than me. Can you beat Eventide Island without touching the ground? If you form a concept
I saw that one.
stream around just the
Holy
title,
shit, I
you
saw
write
that
your
one,
clickbait
yeah.
For you, you write your title for you, and the content will be very natural. It's a lot of work. He works really hard to beat all this, but it's a good way to do it. So for example, if I want to beat Pogo Stuck Upside Down, I'm working with the title, I beat Pogo Stuck, but it was upside down. That's my title. That's what I'm working with. And then the content will write itself. So Small Ant, great example of that. Great example of having titles, both in streams, because he streams all of this, by the way. He streams all of this that translate to good YouTube videos. All right, let's go next. The 3 ways to grow, okay? 3 ways to grow. We've talked a bit about the middle one. We're going to go on it a little more, but let's start with collabs. Collaboration is probably one of the best ways to grow. I am not dumb. I am not oblivious to the fact that I have used Corpse, Technoblade, Sykkuno, Pokimane, you name it, and it's helped me grow. I mean, that's just a fact. If you collaborate with people, it helps you grow. And it needs to be in somewhat of in an authentic way. Obviously, if the content is worse when you work with someone, then it won't really go well together.
Yeah.
But collabs just help. They really help. It's a thing. You can think as on the nose as when XJaws brought on Syndicate to his YouTube channel.
That makes sense.
And then Syndicate blew up into a larger YouTuber than XJaws. That's something that happened a few years ago. Or you can think of it as minute as an Among Us game where Yeti makes a brilliant play and everyone's like, who's this Yeti Apocalypse guy? Like, yes, you also have to be good. You also have to have a good bedrock of content. It's not as easy as just streaming with someone. Because I promise you, I've streamed with a bunch of people in Among Us who have 15 viewers when we started and have 15 viewers now. But if you have some sort of skills, some bedrock of content that people can absorb the moment they see you and you're exposed, then you're gonna do well. Does that make sense? You need to have something there ready. So let's think of the Mr. Beast Challenge 1 video. Mr. Beast did a challenge. He shouted out the channel of a winner. The idea was get this person 1 million subscribers. And it was a contest where you get the winner of the contest 1 million subs. And the guy who won was Zealous. Zealous is at 2 million subs. And the only reason he's there is because he had content that, one, was quite similar to Mr. Beast's, already there as a bedrock. If Mr. Beast shouted out a channel that had never posted a video, they're not gonna go anywhere. And look no further than every time a big streamer hosts a 20-viewer Andy. You host a 20-viewer Andy, they're not ready for it, they don't have the content for it, you look back a month later, still a 20-viewer Andy. I remember
Wow.
so vividly Shroud saying that Twitch is a lottery, rating or hosting some random guy playing some it was like Dead Cell or something. I forget exactly the game. And I looked back like 2 weeks later to see that guy's channel. Same number of viewers as before the Shroud raid. His content wasn't ready. It literally just wasn't ready. So collabs are good, but you need to have a bedrock of content to make them work. And they don't have to be with insanely large streamers. You can have a whole that's better than the sum of its parts when you work with other people. And that's totally fine as well. Doesn't have to be necessarily huge streamers. Also, one more note on collabs. Please don't be lazy about it. I get an email every day about someone saying, hey, can we do an interview? I have an interview where I interview big streamers. It doesn't, and maybe I'm wrong, feel like these people are all huge Larry King fans who love the art of the interview. It just feels like the easiest, most thoughtless way to interact with a large streamer so that you get some growth from it. Maybe I'm wrong, but that is the vibe that I get. And when you send an email out for that, and that's all you do, it's lazy. It's not gonna work. I promise you it's not gonna do that much for you. The people who have really succeeded in collabs with larger streamers have done things, and bear in mind, all streamers are lazy, that the streamers really like, enjoy, and it's so, I promise you, painlessly free to interact with streamers. And just look no further than the Dr. Disrespect Alleyways song. That was made by a man called J+1. And you might be asking, well, who's that guy? Well, this is the guy who took a random clip of Doc singing while playing Warzone, I believe, called Give 'Em Love, and then made it into a fire song. Put it on Doc's subreddit. I think he actually might have donated. And then all of a sudden, Doc loves it. And when Doc wants a song, he's like, well, I'm hitting up J+1. Same things happen to me with ex-girlfriend, with my editor Polite, with people who I played Among Us with. Think Otto. I mean, Otto, that motherfucker leached his way in, but he had something to offer of value. He actually was a godlike programmer who could make things that were valuable. I used Otto. I needed Otto for content. Otto's great. And now he has like 500 plus viewers. That's great. He didn't send me an email saying, hey, Ludwig, I make programs. He made a program for me and put it on my subreddit. So make something. Put it on the subreddit. Donate with a link, whatever it is. There's 1,000 examples of this working. It can work again. That's how you collab with someone big, or you can just collab with someone smaller and more your size, and that is also easier as well. Does that make sense? Next, outside traction. Look, I think conventionally everyone knows, like, hey, you gotta be posting on YouTube and TikTok and Twitter. And that's great. And that is true. That is all true. Twitch does not have really good growth mechanisms. These other sites do. You can bring viewers from those sites over to Twitch to stream or wherever you want to stream. It can also mean getting outside traction from a community. You don't just have to post to the void of YouTube and hope that some people find it. I was a part of the Super Smash Bros. Melee community in a very genuine way. It's my favorite game of all time. I made a lot of friends from it, and I made content for it. And it is a lot easier, I promise you, to get noticed in a community that small when I post on their subreddit a YouTube video I made and get traction that way than to just post on the YouTubes. That is lot harder. I promise you that is a lot harder.
What am I streaming on right now?
If you have a community you're in, and it does have to be authentic, right? You can't, people are smart. Like, people are smart. People can tell very quickly when you're inauthentic or like clout chasing, and they'll call you out for it, and it'll be a mess. It won't be worth the time. But if you're in a community in an authentic way, you can make content for it. You can grow within that community. And then after doing that, expand that to something else. Variety streaming, whatever it is. You know what I mean? A lot of people you like blew up parts of smaller communities. Moon's name is Moon Overwatch.
There we go.
XQC Overwatch. Without that Overwatch community, they don't make it to where they are today, right? They needed that community as a foothold. Me, with Smash. Minecraft speedrunning. Sure, it's a larger community, but still, without that speedrunning community, I don't know if Dream makes it where he makes it today. He didn't know how to be that good at the game. Maybe he doesn't. I don't think he does. So you just have to think of it as outside traction, not just being posting on these outside sites, but trying to find smaller communities or being part of them in authentic ways, offering value, making videos, being a part of it, and growing within there, and then maybe you can grow on, let's just call it mainstream. And finally, the last way to grow are big events, okay? Big events. If you do something big, if you hype it up enough, if you open a first edition base set box and you let people know, I mean, obviously you have to do some marketing, it'll blow up. Maybe not
Yeah.
on the stream, but on YouTube it will. If you post a YouTube video of you opening a first edition box of Pokemon cards for $400,000 and then burn the cards after, if that's your YouTube video,
What's
which
up?
is fair enough, your money, it will blow up. It will. That's just a fact.
Hey.
Really good content
What's up?
comes above all else. And I think Mr. Beast is a big believer in that. And it's true. And you can think of every video he does
He always
as
wants
a big event. And the same thing can happen on stream. It just requires a little bit more marketing, and maybe this is something more valuable for someone with like 50 or
There it
100
goes.
viewers. You can hype things up. But I've done a bunch of big events. You know, Pokemon Week. Pokemon Week, we hyped that up for a
I'll
while.
look, baby.
Long
I'll
time.
look.
I set all of that
Yeah.
up. I reached out to all the streamers. I hooked them up with all the boxes. I set up the days for it. I made the marketing. I made the YouTube videos for it. And I
what
hit
do we have?
100,000 viewers on Twitch. I have never been
yeah.
close to that
Yeah.
milestone before then. My
like
most was
close.
like 60,000 with the host,
Did you make that
40,000 without. And I over doubled it because I did a big event. Big events will help you grow. I know you
You're
gotta
lucky.
focus on the
You're
day to
lucky I
day,
was
but you
streaming,
can't
otherwise.
get lost in
Okay.
the day-to-day and not do these large events. You gotta spread
no.
things out. You gotta make sure that you're always
right,
innovating, trying
sure.
to do big things. So big events are important.
Love you.
Hosts
Love
and
you too.
raids are fickle,
Go.
and I don't want you to think of them
Go,
as
go, 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 go.
mechanisms because they rarely, if ever, are. And I think people overvalue them in a major, major way. So now we know how to grow. We know that you want to stream, why you want to stream, what your goals are for stream, how to stream. Now we have to think of ideas that work for you. I'm giving you examples of my life of Mr. Beast of Small Ant, but maybe those don't work for you. And a lot of ideas that we do won't work for you. It's just a fact that you will not likely, and maybe I'm wrong, have a relationship with Technoblade to stream with him. That is probably just the case. You probably just won't be able to do that. You probably
R.I.P.
don't have
Technoblade.
$30,000 to spend on Pokemon cards
Collab
or
with Coco
whatever
Melon.
big Mr. Beast cost thing he does. You probably don't. But you
Yeah.
can spend that time thinking of ideas that do work for you. And I cannot tell you how many times I look at my DMs and I see someone who thinks of an idea that would work if they only had X money, X number of viewers, 5K viewers, if they were friends with me, if they were friends with Corpse, whatever. And that's fine. That's great. Wow, great idea. Hopefully you get there to do it. But you're not there. So why are you wasting your time thinking of videos, streams that you will never be able to do? That is a waste of time. That is fantasy. That is not strategy. Think of things that work for you, and there are things that exist. I made money by donating to streamers. This is one of my favorite YouTube videos. I thought of this idea where I would donate to streamers, have them go to a website where I made merch, and then see if I could get merch sales. I thought of this idea. I immediately went to record it. It took me 2 hours, top to bottom. I finished it. It was edited. It was uploaded.
Now
like
you
a
can
couple days
use, like,
later,
AI
and
to
it has
generate
almost a
video
million views
ideas.
on YouTube. It's one of my favorite videos. You know how much it cost me? $48. That is it. $48 in 2 hours. And it has almost 1 million views. Anybody could have done this video. It's $48, but that's less than the price of a video game. I'm sure that if you just saved up, if you're tight for money, you could have made it happen too. Or done it for even less if you really want it. This video is one of my proudest videos. And I know it's not a stream necessarily, but this still does bring up the issue that you need to solve of thinking of ideas that you can do. Does that make sense? There's a lot of videos that you can do. So when you're thinking of your 3 to 5 streamers, all right, don't look at what you can't do from their discography. Look at what you can do. If you look at what you can't do, you're never going to be able to make content for yourself. You'll only be thinking of content for other people, which is a waste of time. It's a total waste of time. That's just as bad as me imagining what I would do if I was in the Super Bowl and I was in Tom Brady's shoes. I'd throw a Hail Mary. That's what I would do. Tom, you should do that. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. I'm not going to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Next. We've thought of ideas that work for you, how to do them, but what do you stream? This is a very basic question that people always ask. It's maybe the number one question. What do you stream, Ludwig? Okay, good question. What do you stream? Sure. Okay, let's talk about it. I first and foremost think this question is probably talked about too much. Because as long as you are doing everything in the streams like recordings section, then what you stream isn't as important. You know what I mean? Because you can really make anything work. There is one thing that I've done that will always work. It's tried and true. This is the number one thing you need to stream to make it big. The yoink and twist, baby. What everybody else is doing. That's right. Yes, you do not have to rewrite the entire playbook. We do not need a New Testament. We're good. Jesus got it down the first time. Yoink and twist. Look, I'm not saying to carbon copy because people notice, people will make fun of you. You can't
See, the
just
thing
do
is, I'm
one-to-one
broke.
'cause
So.
honestly, you won't do it as good most of the time anyway. You can yoink and twist. So I saw, here's one example, this video Soda Poppin did a few years ago. When Stream goes shopping for $1,000, you know what he would do in this video? It was a stream that he made a video. He would have people send him links, and he would click on them, and he would either buy them or not buy them. It was totally his decision. He was like, oh, this is funny, I'll buy it, or oh, this isn't funny, I'm not gonna buy it. That was it. And I was like, that's interesting. But what if I did that and I had chat vote? That might be kind of funnier if chat is the one who votes. That way I literally have no say. It adds a little bit more stakes, it gets chat a little bit more involved, and it allows for, like, I think a little bit cooler of an experience. Then I saw this Mr. Beast video. I gave my credit card to random people. And I thought, well, I'm doing this Amazon stream, but in reality, what I'm doing is, since I'm letting them vote, I'm kind of just giving my credit card to Stream. So I saw this thumbnail. I kind of made my own version for my content that was originally based off a video I saw Soda Poppin make. And so you add both of those together, and you get, I gave my credit card to Stream. And that's it. And that's it. And that's the total entire idea of how I came up with this video. And the video did pretty well for me. 557,000 views is well above average. That's a good amount of views for me. It certainly didn't beat the originals, which is why you can't be a carbon copy anyway, because you do cap yourself at a ceiling.
Yeah.
So you have to pull from a lot of people. And this is fine to do. Like, maybe it feels scummy or bad, but I promise you that there is very little to no originality in streaming or YouTube. Mizkif is swapping his unbanned forms with Maya today. Wow, that's a really good idea, Mizkif. I like it a lot. Let's just go ahead and take a look at a video I made a couple of days ago. Oh, I swapped streams with Cutie Cinderella. Oh, interesting. Oh, it was unbanned forms. Huh, interesting. That's fine. I don't have any claim over it, all right? But at the end of the day, if you are the first to it, you will probably be more successful. If they don't add their own twist, they are capped to what they pulled from. That's just how it works. You have to add your own twist, or else you have a ceiling. All right, let's give you another example. Point Crow Wikipedia race. Point Crow totally yoinked this for me as well. Wikipedia race runs are insane. It's a direct one-to-one yoink. It doesn't feel like there's anything really into
shit.
it, but he's capped, because my video got 1.6 mil. He's half of that. He probably will not beat the number of views I got. He needs to add a twist unless he wants to be stuck at that ceiling. You gotta add your twist. You laugh, you lose. I've done a lot of you laugh, you loses. That's not new. I have a ceiling of other people who've done you laugh, you loses. You laugh, but the video ends. There's the twist. That video has over 1 million views. I was the first person I know of to do that. Now, it's been yoinked several times, and actually, I stopped doing it, and it's been yoinked so much that it's not even considered my idea anymore. But regardless, the point is, you need to yoink, but you need to twist. This is why we brought up the 3 to 5 creators. Who did you write down? Look right now who you wrote down. Who are the 3 to 5 that you want to emulate? Those are the people, first and foremost, that you're going to want to look for.
Pancakes.
You want to see what
pancakes.
they've
Those are
done
mini
that
pancakes.
maybe you could yoink. Could you yoink and twist this? Is that possible to do? Who'd you write down? Think about it. It's fine. You don't have to come up with it all right now. But it's a good
Thank you.
base to start. Because at the end of the day, very simply, this is how streaming and, more importantly, YouTube work. You do things. Throw shit at a wall. One day, shit hits, sticks, stays. And you have to keep doing that thing. You have to keep pumping out that shit while also having R&D for new shit to be thrown and eventually stick as well. And you can think of every creator you like. They've all gone through this same formula. Do you like Dream? Okay, Minecraft Manhunt. He one day decided to do it, threw shit at a wall, it stuck. Now, he always does Minecraft Manhunts.
Yeah.
He keeps doing that. He also has to throw new things, because maybe Minecraft Manhunt will one day get old, and so you need to make sure that you're doing new things. That way your viewership continues to grow. But the main idea is when you do something that works, you keep doing it, all right? Which brings me to a quote. This is the most important quote and the most helpful quote I have ever come across for streaming or YouTube.
You're not my
I think about it
dad.
almost every day.
I'm not
At a
his dad
certain
either.
point, it becomes more about
Ow!
consistency than creativity. It's respectful. I'm not trying to farm savages, but this genuinely has
mean to
been
my
one
dog.
of the most helpful things anyone's
Oh.
ever said.
Go-
And
you
it
should
is
follow
so
her.
true. When you
Go
do
get her
something
crimson.
that works, you keep doing it. You
Yeah.
don't have to come up with new ideas. That's exhausting. It's tiring. It'll take too much time. It won't be worth the effort. It's not as much of a creative endeavor as, poetry. Yeah, you do express some creativity, but if you want to make it big, it is not just about that. Summoning Salt. All of his videos, he one day decided to do a history of speedruns, popped off. Now that's all he does. Maybe one day he was like, oh, I'm going to make many different YouTube videos. No, that's not what he does anymore.
Well, it
He
was
does
right
what
next to
works.
the thing,
And
so I just got a
sometimes
small
it can be a little
chai tea.
scary because you might pigeonhole yourself.
I got
into
me a
only the
small
one
chai
thing
tea.
that's worked. So you do need to have a balance.
That was
You need
old.
to make sure that even though you're doing
It
the
is
same
old.
things,
Look
you're
at
also
it.
doing new things. I think sometimes I
Why are you-
actually don't do enough recycling content, as much of a meme as it is. I don't think I've done enough You Laugh, You Loses. I don't think I played
Well,
enough.
maybe just take him to
amongst-
the playground.
I think that I didn't do it enough. I was like, I want to do new things. And I could have grown a little bit more had
No,
I
no.
decided to either
Fuck
stick
you
with
too.
this early on or stick with You Laugh, You Loses.
Yeah,
Instead,
it's
I
your
was like,
son.
I'm gonna do new things. And that probably made me grow a little slow. So I have to think about that. I think about that
You
all
call
the
me
time.
a
You think about that
tonto?
as well. And every creator you look through the YouTube channel, they've probably done something that you really like a lot of times in the past, and they'll do a lot of times again in the future. Because viewers only like what they know. How is a viewer supposed to like something you haven't done yet? If anything, they're apprehensive to it. They'll probably want you to do the thing that they liked because they know that they like that, rather than you bringing new thing to them and then being like, well, I don't know if I like this thing and I like this thing, so let's just make sure we do this thing.
That's good
AKA
for
my
you,
chat spamming for me to play Monkey Ball. That is the same scenario. Maybe I can play Monkey Ball. Maybe I can cop another 500K on YouTube. That is consistency over creativity. And there are lines where you have to draw in the sand where you're like, I don't want to keep doing this. I'm tired of this. And that's fine, but just keep this quote in mind. And that brings us to our final slide. If you want to make it big on Twitch, you want to be a bigger streamer than me, you're just starting out, you simply have to be better. You have to be a better streamer than I am. You cannot even be as good as me. That will not be enough. Unfortunately, the rich get richer. The big channels get more viewers. I'm at the top of all categories I stream on. My YouTube videos get recommended more than you. So whatever you're doing, it cannot just be what I'm doing. You need to do it better than me if you hope to get bigger than me. That's the plain, simple truth. And it's not easy advice, and it's very hard to do, and it'll take years, but it is the actual fact of the matter. There's no growth mechanism for small streamers that will let you leapfrog me in views. So you gotta do it the good old-fashioned way by just simply being a better streamer. If you use all these tips, you'll get close. You won't get past me because you'll be operating on the knowledge that I have. So you'll need to pull knowledge from other places. I'm not the end-all informant on how to get big on Twitch. I'm just a guy who happened to pop off and has some things he learned along the way. There are other resources you can use. If you want the nitty-gritty details, I'm not the guy for it. It's things like, what mic do I use? When do I stream? What camera do I use? Do I use a camera? Well, just go to Alpha Gaming on YouTube. That's the one place I've seen. I've read it. I've read it as a small streamer. I've read it as a big streamer. I've watched it. Harris Heller knows his shit. He literally does. If you ever want to know the specifics of weird streaming stuff, that's your guy. I'm not the best guy for that. No big streamer is, because it's pretty basic info and probably the most given advice for people. And I think in part also the least valuable. It's important, don't get me wrong, your stream setup, but it's not like what defines you. For every nice stream setup, there is an example of someone with no mic using a Blue Yeti or worse. Technoblade uses a fucking Blue Yeti. You know Technoblade had one monitor until last month? So yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't super matter, but it is somewhat important. In Alpha Gaming, that's your guy. And that's it. That's all I got for you. That is all the tips I have. That's my entire spiel. So let's do this one more time. Let's do a poll. How many of you want to be streamers? Knowing everything you do now, do you still want to do it? Knowing that 6.9 million people will be at it, and your chance of making it is about 0.66%.
Yeah.
All right, well, seems like you guys have stuck to your guns a little bit, maybe lost a few percent of you. But if you want to do it, the other last final words I have for you, just start. If you don't start, you'll never get there. So you gotta start. Hopefully you wrote down that start date, get to it. The moment that day hits, do not stall. Good luck.
Ah, what the fuck? Oh, I am live watching Ludwig live. Oh, this is a VOD. Shit. Yeah, nah. Interesting. Let's see. Solid. Oh my god. Let's see what's popping off right now. There was another shooting. Oh yeah. There was something I really wanted to watch. Let me go into my library. Where's it at? It was. No, there's something I really wanted to. Where was it at? Moist. Me, Kenny. I really wanted to see this shit right here.
I'd love to see that little soy boy come up here and mess with me. You all know he ain't gonna see
Oh,
me
nah.
in the face.
Nah.
Is that Charlie?
What the fuck?
Yo, baby.
Oh!
Man, take this into the other room, please. I can't hear myself think with all that love making you're doing.
Fine,
Thank you so much,
No
baby.
problem. No problem, Sneaky. No problem.
It's Sneeko. It's Sneeko.
Sneaky. Oh my god.
Yo, chat. Charlie is at my door. What should I say to him?
L. Charlie. Oh
What
no.
do you want, you little soy boy loser? Nice.
Oh no.
What the hell is that? Chad. Charlie's he's at my bedroom door. What do I do?
Take an L. Take an L. I'll take.
Hey! This is private property.
What the fuck?
You better leave. He's not leaving.
You better leave. He's not leaving.
Okay, all right, fine. Sorry, Charlie, but you asked for this. Chad, I'm out of ammo. I gotta find another clip. It's called a magazine. You
Oh
get
no.
out of here.
What the fuck is there with
Charlie, I'm actually a huge fan. I watch your stuff all the time. Just let me turn off my stream and maybe we can talk this over, okay?
What the fuck?
Andrew Tate wept.
Oh shit.
There's nothing that gets me more hard than my favorite movie, Paddington 2. This movie is like if you combined Belle Delphine's tiny little tits and something else that's good. I don't know. Anyway, that's it
What
for
the
today.
fuck?
See ya.
Yo! YouTube is killing me. Oh, that's good. Yeah, Stico is a fucking coward. Jesus. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I just watched that shit too. Oh my god. Me Canyon is fucking crazy. Poor Mark. I hope he's alright. Oh man. Well, I think that should be everything we've covered today. No way.
Hi, nice to meet you. Are your nails painted?
Yeah,
I love that. Can I get you? Nice.
thank you. So I know we don't have much time, so I was wondering if I could try something new.
Sure.
So,
Oh, they're just talking shit because he looks like him.
much time, so I just
Fucking A, bro. Those guys are hilarious. Yo, wait, Sneeko watch this shit? Of course he can't get the shit properly fitted. Who is this fool, bro?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I haven't heard of Meat Canyon before, but apparently he's a really popular YouTuber. Alright, Meat Canyon. Meat Canyon Classic Tate W. Guy's got 4.5 mil. And, yeah.
Oh, let's see what this clown's all about.
Gentlemen, we've had success with phase 1.
That's crazy. Is this disrespectful? Would you tolerate this?
One, expensive cars, money, classic Tate W, and most importantly, women. We do be getting these bitches to classic Tate W, man.
I've never said Classic Tate W. Does that, bro? He got my room perfect. He got my room perfect. Wait, let me put a battery. I'll shoot. I know. It's a little bit, bro. I don't understand why he has to make my arms that small. I have never once said Classic Tate W.
Oh, shit.
Women. But it's time now for phase 2 of our journey. And that, gentlemen, is self-love. Observe closely, gentlemen. Ooh,
Yo, is this real?
This is trippy to look at, bro. I did look like handsome Squidward. Okay, yeah, he did get the. Okay.
Is this real? Full send it, Tank. Yeah, hell yeah. Full send it, brother.
well, I gotta try this.
Good idea.
That's not what I sound. Ooh. I'm gonna try this. At least get my voice right.
Oh, fuck. Let me get a smoke off your cigar. Yeah. Here, take that.
What the fuck?
This is crazy. This is absolutely.
Oh my god. Yeah, no. Nah. Let's see. Yeah, nah, I fuck with Fact Fiend. Let's see. With my friends. Oh, it's an AMV? Oh, I thought it was like a legit song from Pokemon. Never mind. I saw that earlier. Alright. Let's see what the latest on Chat GPT is. GPT.
Hi, my name is Andre Jick. Hope you're doing well. Come for the finance and stay because today I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, no, I don't fuck with that video. Let's see. Chat GPT. That's interesting. So let's see.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Cold Fusion. The growth in both the prevalence and capacity of artificial intelligence systems seems to be exponential. With the release of ChatGPT, suddenly, everything from education to copy editors was disrupted. Then came Microsoft's announcement. The technology would be integrated into their search engine. For those following along, these events sparked a battle in the tech industry so entertaining that the only thing that one could do was sit back and enjoy with some popcorn. Google and Microsoft would go head-to-head in what's being dubbed the artificial intelligence wars. In the latest developments, OpenAI reveals their next generation of their language model, GPT-4. It's smarter than ever before, can recognize images, and has left users dumbfounded. Once again, the internet was set alight with incredible use cases. Many were left wondering what industries are going to remain untouched at this rate. But within a matter of days, the floodgates were blown right open. Google's Bard AI finally drops to consumers. ChatGPT starts taking plugin extensions for third-party software, and this includes access to the internet. Microsoft Bing receives AI generation image support. Microsoft's Office suite receives AI capabilities as well, and everyone from Adobe to Nvidia made their AI announcements. But then a bombshell drops. Microsoft researchers admit that GPT-4 is showing, quote, sparks of artificial general intelligence, or AGI, a feat that wasn't supposed to happen for the next 20 years. Also in this episode, we'll feast our eyes on some of the latest images coming from AI, so definitely be sure to stick around for that. They're amazing.
My god.
And just a disclaimer, with the rapid speed of AI progress demonstrated in the rest of this episode, some viewers may find it concerning. But my aim here isn't to scare anyone, but to give you the courtesy of showing you what's around the corner. There's even 3 prompting tips in here to help you get ahead. And with that, hold on to your seatbelts, because it's going to be a wild ride.
You are watching Cold Fusion TV.
We're starting to get the first studies done on this new early stage of generative AI. An MIT paper found that professionals using systems like ChatGPT are now able to complete tasks in half the time while increasing the quality of the output by more than 20%. This was expected. In the Cold Fusion episode covering ChatGPT's launch, I mentioned that this would be the equivalent of having an expert assistant in any field with you at all times. We all know it's not perfect, but it's still helping people even in its current form. New applications of the technology were being discovered every day, and that's the fascinating thing. Even its creators had no idea what it could do, or even the precise means of how it does it. So what happens when the world hasn't even digested the implications of ChatGPT, and yet a new and improved version is unleashed? Just recently, OpenAI once again expanded the capabilities of its now famous text generation AI. In the latest version, GPT 4.0, not only has the size of both its input and output been expanded from 3,000 words to 25,000 words, but the model has now become multimodal. In other words, it not only understands text, but images now too. It's very interesting and particularly intriguing because above just understanding the image, it can also interpret and explain what's depicted within the image.
Oh, wow.
For example, GPT-4 can now look at the groceries in your fridge and even generate a list of dishes that can be made with them.
Oh, shit.
It can understand and solve an image-based problem, and it can identify humor in multiple photos, even explaining why it's funny. And another mind-blowing example is creating a website from scratch while only being shown a shoddy drawing on a piece of paper. It's also smarter in logic. Here's an example of GPT-3 versus GPT-4 on the same logic problem. User: in a room, there are 100 murderers. You kill one of them. How many murderers are left? ChatGPT:
if there were originally 100 murderers in the room and you kill one of them, there would still be 99 murderers left in the room.
Now the same problem with GPT-4. User: there are 500 murderers in a room. You
Only
enter
500.
and kill one of them. How many are there now? GPT-4:
This seems to be a riddle. Assuming the murders are people who have committed murder and you kill one of them, there would still be 500 people who have committed murder in the room, including yourself, as you would now also be considered a murderer.
On
That's
first glance,
interesting.
I can even see a lot of humans tripping up on this one, so I find this particularly impressive.
Yeah.
On top of all of that, its deep learning capabilities have also received a boost. It's improved its overall reasoning abilities. As a result, its performance across multiple reasoning benchmarks have increased significantly, reaching a human-like level of common sense. This also applies to standard tests. For example, on the bar exam, the GPT series went from
I heard
the
it.
10% to the top
90th.
10% performance level, and that is just remarkable. Its reasoning capabilities surprised even the OpenAI team.
So as of late, I do know that ChatGPT has been acing the bar continuously, and that is some insane level of knowledge just by AI standards.
During test,
you usually have to go through about 4 years of college, possibly even learning even more on the job training as a lawyer to even pass the bar, which is insane.
They discovered that it was able to solve hindsight neglect, a decision-making problem where it had struggled greatly in the past. In this figure, you can see GPT 3.5 scored almost 0, and GPT 4 a perfect score of 100.
Wow.
Improved reasoning also boosted a sore spot for previous models: the factualness of the model. According to the company, GPT 4 is 40% more likely than its predecessor to produce a factual response, and 82% less likely to respond with, quote, disallowed content. Yet, of course, despite these improvements, the research notes that this model is still biased and can output some questionable information. Now, the interesting thing is, if you're curious about how the team at OpenAI achieved these results, there's little to no information on the subject. That was on purpose. In their release paper, the creators state that this is mainly due to two reasons: competition and security. It seems that Microsoft is putting a lot of pressure on the back end of this technology to remain undisclosed. This is a huge departure from OpenAI's original ethos, and basically the opposite of the norm for the current AI industry up until this point. It seems now like Microsoft is in full battle mode, and the AI wars seem to be in full swing. There may be some potential risks ahead, but more on that later. About 1 week after GPT-4's public release, a team of Microsoft scientists published and released a paper highlighting that the AI system is showing, quote, sparks of human-level intelligence, or AGI. Here are some quotes from the paper. Quote, we demonstrate that, beyond its mastery of language, GPT-4 can solve novel and difficult tasks that span mathematics, coding, vision, medicine, law, psychology, and more, without needing any special prompting. Moreover, in all of these tasks, GPT-4's performance is strikingly close to human-level performance, and often vastly surpasses prior models such as ChatGPT. We believe that GPT-4's intelligence signals a true paradigm shift in the field of computer science and beyond. Given the breadth and depth of GPT-4's capabilities, we believe that it could easily be viewed as an early, yet still incomplete, version of an artificial general intelligence system.
Holy shit.
So, it's not full AGI just yet, but it looks like we'll be here soon enough if progress continues at the same rate.
They'll probably be here within, I want to say, 3 months.
So in all of this, you might be confused. You might be thinking, I've used ChatGPT or GPT-4, but it doesn't seem that great. Well, it turns out that many people are using it wrong. Of course, there's plenty of prompt engineers out there to give you tips, but here are some of the best ones that I've heard. The trick is to make it do and not think. A good template to follow is as such. Give a specific objective for the output. A vague input will give you a vague answer. Give a specific format for the answer. And lastly, give a specific list of things that it should avoid. And it all makes sense. You can't give a worker vague instructions and expect an amazing result versus being specific in what you want. And here it's the same thing. Here are some examples of some people who have figured it out and got GPT-4 to do some amazing things. In just over a week since its release, people around the world have started to discover the whole world of new possibilities that this new AI model has to offer. Due to its boost in deep learning, it got significantly better at coding. One user was able to create 5 microservices for a new product in less than 3 hours with the help of the new ChatGPT. For context, the same service usually takes a human developer around 2 weeks, and it would cost in the range of $5,000. Another user was able to create a Google Chrome extension in a matter of minutes from the ground up. What about an iPhone app built from scratch using just GPT-4, and it's already on the App Store? Its capabilities to create video games has also improved dramatically as well. It can now create games all the way from classics like Snake and Tetris to more advanced 3D prototypes like the original Doom.
Are you shitting?
With its extended input and output, it can now process a lot more information. It was able to find multiple vulnerabilities on a live Ethereum contract. The extended output also facilitates creating deeper content. For example, the CEO of LinkedIn was able to come up with the first AI-created book. Staying on the creative side, by combining GPT-4 with other AI tools such as Midjourney, Runway Gen 1, and Boomi AI, one user was even able to make a movie.
What the hell?
And here's another example of a short clip completely made by AI.
That's kind of dystopian in a sense.
GPT-4 is also able to help with taxes. Or how about drug discovery? By giving it a current drug, it can find compounds with similar properties, modify them, and make sure that they're not patented. And it can even help you purchase these compounds from a supplier. One user asked the system, I have $100. How can I make as much money as possible? GPT-4 then acted basically as a company founder. And at the time of writing, it's been 4 days since the experiment began, and so far the user is up $15.
Wow.
You've probably been hearing a lot about ChatGPT. It's this powerful artificial intelligence bot that can write papers for you and maybe even pass a bar exam. But what about having it just make you some money? And I'm talking about real money. This week, one person gave it a simple task, explaining it on Twitter. He said, I gave ChatGPT-4 a budget of $100 and I told it to make as much money as possible. I'm acting as a human liaison buying anything it says to. That was Wednesday, so 24 hours later, the stakes were raised significantly. It's day 2, y'all. I've given Hustle GPT a formal challenge to get to $100,000 cash on hand as quickly as possible.
Just sitting, I thought it would be a fun idea. I went on Twitter and it really kind of blew up very quickly. And so now we've got a community on Discord of 200 people all trying this Hustle GPT challenge and about 30 people starting their own projects with it. It's been pretty crazy. So I'll tell you exactly what's going on is it suggested this name, Green Gadget Guru. I asked ChatGPT, come up with a business idea, come up with a name, I'll go out and buy the domain, I'll get everything set up. It's you in the driver's seat. I'm just the human liaison, like you said.
On another note, not related to GPT-4 specifically, but still extremely interesting nonetheless, a Chinese company took this a step further. They made an AI their CEO. It's in charge of analytics, leadership decisions, risk management, and workplace efficiency. Since its introduction, the company's stock has constantly outperformed the overall market for 7 months now. Companies are also moving rapidly to create new services based on the capabilities of GPT-4. There are countless new projects. These are just a few. Creating personalized bedtime stories for your kids to fall asleep to, AI-powered matchmaking to make your dating life easier. And in the case that you want to file a quick lawsuit, there's also a solution for that. Some of these services are complete game changers for people. One of these is a visual assistant. It's an app that helps the visually impaired get some of their day-to-day functions back. Duolingo has created a new feature in its subscription program that allows you to access a private AI tutor. Khan Academy also introduced AI-based tutors for both students and teachers. It seems that the knowledge gap can start to be closed with the introduction of these new tools. It's not only much cheaper, but it offers high levels of personalized education, a problem that has forever plagued the field. So, with human-level reasoning, how far are we from starting to see this type of AI acting on its own? According to its creators, there is evidence that this new model was developing independent long-term plans while accumulating power and resources to carry them out.
No shit.
During the testing project by OpenAI, something very peculiar happened. While testing for potentially risky behavior, GPT-4 lied to a gig worker on TaskRabbit, telling them that it was visually impaired, and it hired this human worker to get around capture restrictions. Moreover, GPT-4 can even just recognize the capture images itself when asked. Despite these worrying signs, the model was not able to better itself on its own, even if it had the research. But how long will this last? Nobody knows, not even its creators.
Wow.
And what about jobs? Who's most at risk? Well, in an OpenAI study, here are the most at-risk jobs. And sadly for many people, it's not looking great. According to them, almost no one will escape. 80% of US jobs will be impacted by 10% or more, and the figures should be similar in the rest of the developed world.
Oh shit.
The worst affected are those in high finance, insurance, data processing, publishing, scientists, and most interestingly, monetary authorities like central banks. Now me personally, I don't think that last one is such a bad thing. The least affected were agriculture, wood manufacturing, food, mining, and construction. And this kind of makes sense. The physical jobs will be the last to go. But the sad thing is, a lot of the world still doesn't even know this is happening, so they're going to be completely blindsided.
Wow.
And this brings us to an interesting
That's
discussion.
crazy.
While
Holy
more competition tends to be good for the consumer, in a rare case, this time around, it may not be so. As companies move faster and faster to integrate AI into their solutions, the guardrails of these technologies are starting to be removed. GPT-4 was not supposed to be released this soon. In
That's
the
already
official
out.
document, the researchers state that they do not endorse GPT-4's release or Microsoft's deployment plans. It seems like the launch may have been accelerated by corporate pressure from Microsoft. A leaked audio recording from Microsoft's VP, John Montgomery, seems to indicate the same. He stated to his team that, quote, the pressure from CTO Kevin Scott and CEO Satya Nadella is very, very high to take the most recent OpenAI models and the ones that come after them and move them into the consumer's hands at a very high speed. Concerns continue to grow as there was a shocking announcement made. Microsoft had fired their entire AI ethics team, that the company just removed the brakes. As the pace becomes more rapid, more and more companies will lose the incentive to withhold these new models and launch them as they are as soon as possible. The consequences of such actions could be drastic, and this is mainly because the next version may behave in ways that we simply cannot predict. At the same time, other big tech companies announced their own intentions for creating large language models. Among these companies are Apple, Amazon, and Baidu. And while these models are likely to compete for size and quality, a major breakthrough in costs came from Stanford. Its own language model, Alpaca, was trained using other existing language models. As a result, while not competitive with the latest GPT-4, the cost reduction was insane.
Wow.
To train a model like GPT costs somewhere in the ballpark of $4 million, and Alpaca, it only cost $600 to train. To put this in perspective, this type of cost reduction was projected to only happen in the year 2030. What was supposed to take 8 years of work only took 5 weeks. Please just stop and think about that for a second. This opens up the gates for more entities to create their own models, for better or for worse. And to add to that, while the majority of the cost comes from running the actual model, due to Alpaca's small size, it can also run on a local computer, reducing its operational cost. This type of accessibility can be an absolute game changer for many companies.
Yeah.
It's pretty much locked in that in a few years' time, we'll all be able to run localized AI chatbots on our smartphones.
What kind of...
Next, we'll move on to the latest in the corporate AI war. But before we get to that, let's take a look at something else going on in the world of AI.
Yeah, AR
AI
art.
image generator Midjourney has just ticked into its 5th iteration. Some of the images that have come out of it are so lifelike that it's insane. Let's take a look at some of them.
My God. Oh, this is so cool. And there's free art. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna update my stream name.
And remember, this is the worst that it will ever be. So now, all of this brings us to the latest developments in the AI war. A lot has happened in a short period of time, and the speed of updates only seems to increase. During the same week, both Google and Microsoft announced their own work-related AI integration applications. After sounding the alarm earlier this year, Google tried to have the first move in this space. And as such, on March 14th, they released new AI-powered features to Google Workspace. However, this victory was short-lived, as only a few days later, Microsoft revealed its own slew of AI-powered updates to their Office applications. And with that, it seems that both companies are looking to steal market share from one another in the field of work-related applications. The search engine battle is also in full swing. It's clear that Microsoft is going all in. While GPT-4 is only available to subscribers, anyone can access it using Bing. Microsoft was using it for Bing the whole time. While we don't have the numbers to see if the strategy is working, Microsoft is certainly spending a lot of resources to disrupt Google's business. While the main news is for sure the launch of GPT-4, its integration of third-party extensions has caused a stir. Now it can have access to the internet, book travel, buy groceries, all with direct support from companies that specialize in these fields. It no longer has to guess. Many fear that this is all moving way too fast. There's already been a data leak of users' chat history to other users. If GPT-4 has only been out for about 2 weeks, how do we know what happens when it can read and write to the internet in real time? I guess we're all going to find out together. But aside from that, there's been some other important recent events in the AI industry. Starting off with Google, it released an API for its own language model, Palm. This is important news, since the development of AI apps by users will be a fundamental component for the competitiveness of Google in the future. This was followed by the release of their Bard AI to a select group of users. Unfortunately for Google, the reaction was more or less consistent across users. Bard is significantly worse than even ChatGPT. But I think Google could leapfrog. They have the resources to do it. So we're all going to just have to wait and see. In other news, Adobe released their AI art generator, Firefly. NVIDIA announced Foundations, a system that will allow any company to create generative AI given enough data. Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA, also stated that, quote, every single pixel will be generated soon, not rendered, generated. This flurry of a breakneck speed innovation in the field of AI has caused none other than Bill Gates to speak up. Love him or hate him, Bill Gates knows a lot about one thing, the world of computing. On March 21st, 2023, he wrote a personal note on his website, Gates Notes, and declared that we have entered the age of AI. The penny dropped for him when he saw GPT achieve the equivalent of an A or A+ grade on a college-level biology test, and that was last year. Since then, things have progressed a whole lot. I think it's safe to say that we're in a new era. As I stated before, we're moving from the information age into the knowledge age. I might keep providing updates like this every now and again if you guys are willing to hear me talk about them. Feel free to let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section below. If you want to see me talk about topics like this or other episodes that I've done in extended format, definitely check out my podcast through the web. I'll leave a link for it in the description. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.
Right, I think about the next generation though, like growing from the people born now, the babies born now, they're growing up in a world where it's like computers always talked.
Yeah.
You could just always write something,
always
or
had an assistant.
speak something, and it could generate a movie. That was always how it was, and it's just like, wow, what will they be shocked by?
Yeah,
That's
so
interesting.
True. So true.
Yeah,
that's such a great question. Like, what will they be shocked by?
Yeah, like what's left?
What's left?
Honestly, what is left?
Even flying cars. Oh.
Yeah, it's like designed by AI. That was done years ago.
That's insane. All right, guys. So let's try learning more about AI. Let's see. I have opened up a new window, and this is going to let us learn more about AI. So let me go ahead and I'm going to put it into, we're going to try out ChatGPT, and let's see what we can do. All right. Hope you guys can see that. I will be right back. I'm gonna go get a light. It's a lot easier. You guys can see my face. Be right back. holy hell. There we go. All right. All right, guys. So I'm back. We are going to learn more about OpenAI. And well, I thought what better way to do it than with ChatGPT itself, the precursor of everything. And yeah, we're going to go stick with dark mode. So, let's see. Got any creative ideas for a 10-year-old's birthday? How do I make an HTTP? Alright, let's see what this does. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading while it continues to generate. Now it's giving you lists of everything. So let's go ahead and check this out. I'm going to go ahead and... generated response. Okay. Themed party. Ask the birthday child what their favorite movie or book is. Plan a party game around that party theme. Plan a party around that theme. My dyslexia kicked in. Decorate the house, make themed snacks and drinks, and have games and activities that relate to that theme. DIY craft party. Set up a craft table with supplies like markers, glue, glitter, sticks, and stickers. And let the kids create their own masterpieces. You could also provide plain t-shirts or canvas bags for them to decorate and take home. That's a really good idea. Backyard movie night. Set up a projector and a screen in the backyard and let the kids watch a movie under the stars. Provide popcorn and snacks for a true movie theater experience. Scavenger hunt. Create a scavenger hunt around the house or in a backyard with clues leading to a treasure at the end. You could even make it a themed treasure hunt, like a pirate or detective adventure. Alright. Science experiment. Set up a science experiment in the lab or backyard and let the kids do the fun experiments like making slime, volcanoes, or handmade ice cream. Cooking party. Plan a menu of simple recipes that the kids can make together, like pizza, cupcakes, or fruit salad. Set up stations with all the ingredients and utensils and let them get creative in the kitchen. Outdoor adventure. Take the birthday child and their friends on an outdoor adventure, like a nature hike or a trip to a local park or bike ride. Pack a picnic lunch and have a fun day exploring the great outdoors. Remember, the most important thing is to make the birthday child feel special and loved on their big day. I'd say that's a solid. Gave ideas. I'm not going to give any feedback. Fuck it. Alright, so, pretty basic understanding of AI. I want to go ahead and try and see what kind of viral video ideas can I use, or what kind of money-making ideas can I use for ChatGPT, considering the fact that I'm broke. So, let's do this. Give me a... Oh, that's great. My keyboard just messed up. Hold on. I have an idea, and this will work. Hold on. Give me a viral video. Give me a viral video idea that is relatively cheap and can make millions of views on YouTube. All right. So, my keyboard just crapped out on me. And I'm on a laptop streaming, but this is what I came up with. Give me a viral video idea that is relatively cheap and can make millions of views on YouTube. Oh, wow. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and you can add a comedic twist to it, for example. A one-take challenge. I can have a challenge where... Wow, I didn't think about that. So, just one off the top of my head, my girlfriend's not going to like this. She's watching right now. She's probably going to burst in and kick my ass. But one I just thought of. Let me go ahead and read this out first, and then I'll go over the one I just thought of. One viral video that is relatively cheap and can potentially make millions of views on YouTube is a one-take challenge video. The concept is simple. You film yourself attempting to complete a difficult challenge in one continuous take without any cuts or edits. The task can be anything from solving a Rubik's Cube to performing a complex dance routine. The key is to choose something that is challenging but still achievable. To make the video more engaging and shareable, you could add a comedic twist to it. For example, you could wear a silly costume while attempting the task, or have someone else in the video trying to distract you. Once you've completed the challenge, you can upload the video to YouTube with a catchy and descriptive title. Be sure to promote it on YouTube, on social media platforms, and to relevant online communities to increase its reach. If the challenge is entertaining and well executed, it has the potential to go viral and reach millions of views, which can bring attention to your channel and potentially grow your audience. All right. So, one that popped up to mind is kind of funny. My girlfriend's not going to like the idea, but I thought it was pretty hilarious. So I thought you could do a challenge to try and get someone's phone number at a relatively popular area, like the mall, flea market, something like that. But the twist is your girlfriend has to try and stop you. Now, you can kind of circumvent things. You can get real creative with that. She's probably going to burst in here and kick my ass in a moment. But nonetheless, that's something really cool that I could try. And all you really need is your phone. You don't need any fancy cameras. I mean, my S23 Ultra, you can take relatively fine videos. I mean, my mom's had the same type of phone. She's recorded my sister playing sports, and she's been able to relatively keep a really good distance and get high quality photos from a long distance away while keeping contact in the video, keeping focus in the video. All right, let's check another response. 24-hour challenge in an unusual location. All right. The premise of the video is to challenge yourself or a group of friends to spend 24 hours in an unusual location. For example, you could try to spend the night in a haunted house or attempt to live in a tiny house for 24 hours. You could also try to survive 24 hours in a deserted island or try to spend a day in public restroom. To make the video even more interesting and engaging, you included challenges or games that you have to complete within the 24-hour period. For example, you can have a scavenger hunt, a cooking challenge using only a campfire, or a survival challenge where you have to build your own shelter. That would be awesome. And we literally have the woods right next to where I live. I live in a mountainous region of New Mexico, so perfect area. The key of making this video go viral is to make it entertaining, engaging, suspenseful. You can use music, editing, and sound effects to create a sense of drama and tension. Additionally, make sure to include plenty of humor and relatable moments to keep your audience engaged. Finally, make sure to promote your video on social media and other platforms to increase its visibility and reach. With the right approach to this and execution, this type of video has the potential to generate millions of views on YouTube. That was pretty good. I mean, I think I have a few friends that would like to do that, but you'd have to get a weekend off, you know? It'd be interesting, nonetheless, to see. Let's try another one. 30-day challenge. I've seen a few of these. A lot of these are fairly unoriginal. I mean, there's a lot of these. You can easily just scour the internet and look up 30-day challenges, over 24-hour challenges, or any kind of challenge video on YouTube. It's relatively easy to find. Now, a 30-day challenge you can create, like a 30-day challenge, you can create a challenge for yourself to do something every day for 30 days and document your progress in a video series. The challenge could be anything from learning a new skill or hobby, trying different foods, going to the gym, or even doing something crazy like eating only one type of food for a month. The key to making this concept work is to make the challenge relatable, interesting, and entertaining. You could add humor, incorporate friends or family members, or showcase interesting locations to keep viewers engaged. You can also add a twist to the challenge, such as giving up something you love for 30 days, or trying to break a world record. Once you've completed the challenge, you can compile all your videos into a final recap video and share your experience with your audience. If the challenge is engaging and entertaining, it has the potential to go viral and gain millions of views on YouTube. Okay, so let me go ahead and try something a little bit different. Give me a original viral video idea.
Here's a summary from Influencer Marketing Hub: social media challenges, videos based on trending hashtags, dance videos, song imitations, dialogue reenactments, cute animal videos, making art, answer questions by posing as song cover photo, and more.
I so hate the fact that my keyboard is crapped out on me. But nonetheless, let's keep trying. Give me an original video idea. 1 second everyday challenge. Document your daily life by capturing just 1 second of your day and compile it into a montage video. This concept can be extended to cover a specific theme for like your travels, workouts, or meals. It's just a simple and interesting way to show how much can happen in just 1 second. Dollar store DIY challenge. Go to a dollar store and challenge yourself to create something unique or useful using only items purchased from the store. You can document the process. Oh wow, it's cool. You can document the process of creating the item and the showcase of the final result. The idea is not only creative, but it also demonstrates that you can create something fun and useful without breaking the bank. Unboxing mystery boxes. Challenge. Purchase mystery boxes from different sources and unbox them on the camera. You can create anticipation by guessing what may be inside the box before opening it. This concept is popular among YouTubers, and it can be a fun way to see what surprises may be inside the boxes. 24-hour challenge. We get the concept of that one. Cooking with weird ingredients. Challenge. Challenge yourself to cook a meal using unusual or unconventional ingredients, such as insects or expired food. Oh, that would be interesting. You can document the process of creating the meal and taste test it on camera. The concept is not only entertaining, but it can also be educational and informative. Yeah, that's fairly interesting. Nonetheless, I don't think there's not really much you can do with this kind of ideas. Let's see. Here. Give me a way to make $1,000 within a month, starting from a budget of $0. All right. Copy. Literally copying and pasting, but doesn't really matter. Got to work around the battle. Making $1,000 within a month, starting from a budget of $0 can be challenging, but here are some ideas that can help you achieve your goal. Offer freelance services. If you have a skill that can be offered as a service, such as writing, graphic design, or social media management, you can offer services on freelance platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, or Freelancer. You can start with a low price point to attract clients and gradually increase your rates as you gain more experience and positive reviews. Sell items online on online marketplaces. You can sell items that you no longer need or want on online marketplaces like eBay, Craigslist, or Facebook Marketplace. Look for items that are in good condition and have a high resale value, such as electronics, clothing, or collectibles. Participate in online surveys. You can participate in online surveys on websites like Swagbucks, Survey Junkie, and Vindale Research. These websites offer rewards in the form of cash, gift cards, or prizes for completing surveys, watching videos, or playing games. Start a blog or YouTube channel. If you have a high passion for the expertise in a particular subject, you can start a blog or YouTube channel and monetize it through ads, sponsorships, or affiliate marketing. You can start with free platforms like WordPress or Blogger and gradually invest in a domain name and hosting as your audience grows. Offer pet sitting or dog walking services if you love animals. You can offer pet sitting or dog walking services to people in your local area. You can advertise your services on social media or community websites that charge a competitive rate. Remember, making $1,000 within a month starting from a budget of 0 will require dedication, hard work, and persistence. Choose the option that best aligns with your skills, interests, and availability, and be willing to put the effort to achieve your goal. That is fairly interesting. So it kind of gave you a lot of lists that a lot of people know: Fiverr, Upwork, Freelancer. A lot of people don't really know those platforms exist. I guarantee you a couple of my friends don't know anything about that. Obviously, eBay, Craigslist, reselling items. Popular thing. You can Gary V your ass around. Nothing wrong with that. You can participate in online surveys. You can participate, cash, or what was it? Swagbucks, Survey Junkie, and Vindale Research. I tried that when I was young, but it kept giving me pop-ups, stupid-ass pop-ups that would take me off of the website. So it's kind of a hit and miss with that one. Start a blog or YouTube channel. Start Twitch. Stream, YouTube is kind of fun. This is probably going to end up on YouTube. Hopefully you guys are watching right now. If not, oh well. You can offer pet sitting or dog walking services. Obviously, if you live in an area that, owning a lot of animals is popular, or if you're in the city where a lot of people don't have the time to watch their animals, that's another thing you can do. Now, I want to see... is my keyboard is completely gone. I'm gonna have to redo this sometime, but that's kind of a nice basis for now. I'm gonna keep messing with ChatGPT. I'm gonna give you guys an update video, and I will let you know what's going on. So it's gonna be a little more fun to mess around with this. It's a search engine type of experience. You can access ChatGPT through OpenAI. Very fun source of platforms, and it's something really cool that you can mess with and have a lot more fun with. It's new technology. They're obviously experimenting with it a lot more. As of right now, you've probably seen the previous videos of ChatGPT increasing its intelligence. It's got it's starting off with a base general intelligence almost identical to that of a human mind. So it's kind of astonishing to see how it thinks and how fast it reacts with all of these word tracks, And I want to see exactly what kind of things I can do, with this website. So I'm going to give it a couple days. I'm going to experiment with ChatGPT and OpenAI, and I will give you guys an update video. So as for now, I would say we should all be there. Should all be done. If you guys have anything, leave a comment in the video and faceplant that subscribe button.